What's up, guys? Belligerent here with another Bloodline video. And no, this isn't a joke. And no, he wasn't clickbait. I really did destroy my monster Devala. The one everybody's come to love and see solo dungeons and solo 22 million combat power teams. I destroyed her. I married her off, put the vigor levels on a different champion to play around with. The things I do for content. I hope y'all appreciate it. This is my Christmas gift to you. Who else is making content where they destroy their most powerful champion to show you new stuff? Okay, just your boy here. And before we jump into this, let me say I want to wish everybody a happy holidays, whichever phrase goes with you and your culture, whether it's Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or something else. I appreciate all of you. This has been a very special journey since Bloodline came out, making these videos, building a community, connecting with you guys. I appreciate you. So let's jump into this. I destroyed my female Devala. It's not as super crazy as it might sound. I do have the Devala companion. I do have at least one other mythic female Devala. It's just sitting in my champion pool, so I can build another 13-star Devala. I can marry the vigor back onto her if I want that champion back. But right now, I'm having a blast playing somebody new. One of the new clan champions is super strong. And it might not be the one you thought. It was not the one I thought. If you watched my Gold Tongue video, you knew I was really high on the female. I haven't tested the female, so I can't tell you if she's as strong as I thought she was going to be or not. I played around with a low level one, but I haven't really tested her. The male is crazy nuts. Let's jump in here and show you why. I told you I thought he was going to be good with bosses. He is really good with bosses. And let's talk about why. Let's talk about the thing that I missed, and honestly I think everybody else missed. It's one of the things that makes these clan videos challenging when I hit them up right, before the champion has actually come out, because a lot of the information is inaccurate or incomplete or poorly communicated. Let's look at why this guy is so strong. Oops, here we go. All right. His ultimate ability is what makes him this warlord on the battlefield. Enters a state of bloodthirst for 7 seconds, increasing attack speed by 1%, with all normal attacks causing critical damage. So remember, all normal attacks are now doing 200% damage, knocking the target back for a short distance and healing the champion by 100% or by 8% of the damage dealt. Here's the key though, that I didn't catch and I didn't think was going to react this way. This effect can't be removed. Anybody know what that means? It means he's CC immune during this ability. You can't remove it. You can't Lux Charm it if he's in his blood. Now, if his ultimate isn't triggered or it has worn off, you can still get charmed by female Lux. You can still get banished by male Lux. You can still get stunned, all of that stuff. But if he's in his bloodthirst state, none of that works, because any type of CC is considered removing the effect. So he's CC immune, which is super interesting. Completely unexpected. So I was play testing him a little bit, and on a separate account, kind of at low levels, and I put him in the arena, I think it was, and I played some levels, and I noticed that I was there with a female Lux, and I was like, how come she didn't charm him? So I went back and I watched. I was like, oh, he must have blown her up really quick. No, she was there till the end. And when she hits him, immune pops up. And then I thought it was his clan trait, because the clan trait gives him the shield that blocks ability damage. I was like, oh, maybe it blocks ability effects, kind of like a male Fulgur shield. I was like, this champion this companion is must have. We have to put this trait on everybody. But then I started reading into his skills, and I realized it wasn't the trait because I saw him get charmed at a different point. I then figured out it was his ultimate. So if we jump in here, we're going to do an Eye of the Abyss level. I'm not big on bosses, so I don't know what a good boss damage number is. So y'all have to let me know in the comments, what does your boss damage look like? The best boss damage I've done, no matter what, on Eye of the Abyss is like 1.4 bill. And that, it didn't matter whether I used my monster female Devala, it didn't matter whether I used the boss killer comp that some people run, which is like the female loom with a male tide or a female Travain. Didn't matter what I did. 1.4, 1.5, somewhere around there was the best I ever got. Okay. This is kind of blowing that out the water. Again, I don't know if this is good boss damage. You guys will have to let me know because I don't really care for bosses. I don't like the bullet sponge mechanic where they just kind of sit there and take everything you got and never die. Okay, but we're going to jump in here and now watch. Everybody else is stunned. He's not because he triggered his ultimate. Okay, and I have the female Lumen here, so she's buffing him along with the female Lionstone buffing him, along with the male White Eyes buffing him. Okay, but watch how he just keeps attacking, even though this boss grabs everybody. You see, everybody else is stunned. You can see down there on the bottom row when everybody gets stunned, he does not get stunned. He just keeps churning out the damage. It's insane. It's crazy. It's a whole lot of fun. Now, while we finish watching this battle, I do want to say I don't think he's as strong as female Devala. He's not replacing female Devala as the demigod of Bloodline. Although we're going to watch some stuff here in just a minute that'll make you go, Okay, but he is not, I should say he's not as singularly strong as female Devala. Because of her passive, that 5 seconds of immunity, she can do things he can't. He needs a team in front of him to redirect the attacks. As where she can solo a team because even if they burst her down, she has 5 seconds of immunity. Her ultimate triggers, she becomes untargetable, she damages everybody, refills her health, and then pops back up. Okay? He doesn't have that immunity, so he needs a team around him. But as far as how good he is, it's pretty crazy. And I'll show you some other things in a minute. And I'm going to see if we can do a dungeon run, kind of like we did with female Devala. Maybe it's not just about female Devala, maybe it's about the vigor levels. But I do know like he's not as strong as carrying you through campaign. With female Devala and her passive, I went way further in campaign than my team comp should have allowed because she could just solo everything. He can't because he doesn't get the immunity. He doesn't get the safety of going underground. He gets blown up if they get to him. So alone, he's not as strong as her. In a team, however, I think he might compete for your new favorite DPS, especially if you need a break from female Devala. I do think that Devala plus male Goldtongue right now are going to be the new meta DPS in comps. If you can make both, if you can build both up, which right now I don't have the vigor resources to build both up, which is why I destroyed her to try and test him out. Because when I saw his CC immunity, I got super excited. Okay, and this thing is still going. We are up to 2.17 bill. 2.2 I think is the most I've done. There we go. We just hit it. So super strong. Obviously most of that was from him. I think 1.8 came from that first team. So male Goldtongue, really strong. As soon as this is done and over, we'll jump on. We're going to take a look at a couple of other things, but I'm really excited about this champion. I'm really excited about some new stuff. Hurry up and kill this team. I have a bunch of nobodies on there. All right, 2.3 bill, new personal best for me. Let me know what you guys are doing on the Eye of the Abyss champions. So let's jump in here and see how he does against the Expedition boss. I'm pretty sure it's this team. Yep, here's the team. All right, so let's run this. I have never on any account, because again, I don't like doing bosses, killed the boss. I don't really think we're going to kill the boss this time, but I am interested to see how well he does. You'll get to see it all kind of in action. You'll get to see his knockback. Okay. Another interesting thing that happens, and we'll run a fight, a PvP fight against female Devala. His active, at least at the strength levels that I am at, his active essentially one-shots female Devala if he hits her with it. And even if it doesn't one-shot her, the tick damage ticks her all the way down, triggers her passive. So at the very least, when she ults and comes back out, the other interesting thing is his clan trait. Okay, we'll get into that. I am smoking this expedition boss. You guys might actually witness my very first expedition boss kill. This is insanity. Now again, I'm not a big boss. I don't know if I ever even ran expedition bosses with my female Devala, but we're gonna kill this guy with like a minute to spare. This is pretty, 45, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Again, I mean, he just tore through this. This was literally my first expedition boss kill ever. Ever. Okay. My first one, 2 bill damage. That was my first one. You guys got to witness it. What a that's a cool moment for me. Again, I know a lot of people are into the bosses. I'm not, but that was my first expedition boss kill ever playing this game. 6 months playing this game. First time I've ever seen the expedition boss go down. He is insane with that damage. And even I'm running the female loom because she buffs him and keeps him constantly triggered in that ultimate state. Even without her, he does a pretty good job of staying triggered. I don't think I have. Let's jump in here to a VOC real quick. I don't think I have enough action points right now, unfortunately, to kind of do anything here. Yeah, we don't. All right, so I'm going to show you. Let's just go into the arena. I'm going to show you a couple of fights that I have done against. We don't have any monsters on our server. Other than me, like my 20 mil team, when I had female Devala, was kind of the monster of the server. Right now with him, I'm only at 17 mil because she was a 13 star. He's only a 12 star. So there was that. So, but we do have some decently strong. Now, I don't know what their Devala levels are at as far as vigor or anything like that. But if we jump into this one, okay, you can see this is a 14 star female Devala. We'll watch the replay here so you can see what happens. Okay. So here's his active. You see how it one-shots her and instantly triggers her passive? All right. And then she goes to ult and kills basically everybody, and then he one-shots her. Again, I don't know what her level is. She probably doesn't have nearly as much vigor as mine does, so I'm not sitting here trying to say his damage is broken. I have insane, for most people, for the average player, I have insane amounts of vigor on him. There are a few players that were able to use that, what they called an exploit, which was really just the system they put in place that we use to its fullest. There were players that use that, so they have these giant vigor teams. So that 86 vigor I have on him is higher than most people. Let's take a look at this one, see how this one plays out. Okay, this one, he's on the other side. He does have this running glitch, which I hope they fix. He seems to run for a couple seconds longer than everybody. You see, he almost instantly triggers his ultimate, and it's just kind of off to the races. And somehow that, like, and there we go. She came out. And see, here's where his clan trait comes into play, because he dulls female Devala's damage a lot. with that shield. Okay, so you can see again, these may not be monster Devalas, but he's doing things that a lot of other champions can't against those. So I want to look at one thing here. So here, if you're wondering what traits I'm running, here's the traits I'm running. I'm running focused, agile, ambitious, and brutal. I'm kind of undecided on ambitious, but I want to get his ultimate trait or his ultimate state triggered as quickly as possible. So that's why I have all energy on there. And then brutal, obviously, to pump up that damage. I might at some point experiment with something like fierce to do some more damage. But that's what we're running right now. But if we look at his clan trait, when taking skill damage, which that pool of blood that Devala does, is he gains a shield that absorbs damage equal to 412% of the champion's strength. Now, this very well may end up being a better trait than I initially thought, but don't run out and think it's going to save your team. Okay, because of my vigor levels, he's at 1.8 million strength. So 1.8 million times 412% is a gigantic number that it is reducing as far as the damage is concerned. Okay, I don't know how good it works on a regular regular champion that doesn't have the insane strength stats that this 80, it's actually on him, it's only 84 vigor, that the 84 vigor gives him. If you've given the male gold tongue a try, let me know what you think. I'm super excited about him. I destroyed my female Devala, and I'm not disappointed that I did. I'm not saying I won't ever go back, but right now I'm having a blast with him. I'm having a blast with something different, and he's competing with Devalas. He's competing with the 14-star Devalas I'm running into in the Valley of Conquerors. She's not unkillable anymore. Okay? It's no longer my Devala versus your Devala. I'm having a blast. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. I'm Belligerent. Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays if you don't do Christmas. Peace.